Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Andre of the Savages.
Let's think about this. I'm glad you brought this up because even in the first film, what are they doing? Apollo is trying to find somebody to help me get this show off. We're not planning on this dude winning. That's not even in the thing at all. Every now and again, I feel like somebody says F the program.
Black and White Sports. Weekdays 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket.
Donate your home, land, or commercial property and help Stand Up to Cancer fund innovative cancer research. Stand Up to Cancer makes the process easy and it may be tax deductible. Visit standuptocancer.org/giveproperty to learn more.
His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus Media station.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Nick DeLuca. ESPN's NFL Survey Series continues with quarterbacks, league executives, coaches, and scouts ranking the top 10 players at 11 positions. Bills QB Josh Allen leading the way at number 1, with Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson rounding out the top 5 in that order. ESPN Radio's Evan Cohen disagrees.
There is no justification in my mind to put Joe Burrow above Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is a more proven player in the NFL than Joe Burrow, and it's not close. I understand that Joe Burrow has been to a Super Bowl. I get it. He's got that over Lamar. He didn't win this Super Bowl. And Lamar has 2 MVPs. Could have won a third pretty easily with the season he had. And Lamar Jackson being below Joe Burrow is absurd.
Cohen on unsportsmanlike. Elsewhere, surgery coming for Conor McGregor. Will have a procedure following his first-round loss to Max Holloway at UFC 329. Plans to continue fighting post-recovery. The NCAA facing another lawsuit challenging its new eligibility rules. 11 athletes challenging that rule of 5 years to compete.
If you run a small business, you've got to try Gusto. Get unlimited payroll runs and get your payroll taxes filed automatically. Offer health insurance, 401k, and more. Get started for free at gusto.com.
Upgrading to a smart home? Only Vivint offers a fully integrated smart home system. Every device works together seamlessly.
Now and get free professional installation. $200 off your initial order. And 0% APR financing for up to 60 months. You can get 24/7 professional monitoring for as little as $1 a day. Upgrade your home to a Vivint smart home. For your free quote, call
800-853-6497.
Everybody wants cheap airfare. Everybody wants cheap airfare. But where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available.
Call now, toll free, 800-558-5635.
Calamity? If you want an accident that wasn't your fault, well, your favorite attorney has a message for you. Collision, calamity, catastrophe. If you want money, you need an attorney. You need a bulldog. That's why you got to call the number on your screen now. They'll help you connect to a legal expert. You have questions, they have answers. These bulldogs will make sure people pay. And if you don't get paid, the attorneys don't get paid. Pick up that phone and call now to see what your case could be worth.
800-370-5435.
Hoping these of heart at all. And they tricked me. Cavs, you tricked us all. You got it. We didn't want to believe then it was me. It was me that was leading my people astray. I wonder how I will be able to shake this Cavalier Funketeer-ness off my person. You know, because Josh, our good friend Charles Barkley now has titled the verb that is associated with quit. Oh, yeah. It is now Cavaliers, Josh. That's the verb.
Black and White Sports. Weekdays from 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket.
Black and White Sports is now.
Trust and believe. It's something totally different. And stop with the Eminem, because Eminem's not one of the best either. And y'all can stop that.
Dre says he's the best on the mic. That's
Dr. Dre is a Fed, and so is Snoop. We covered this. Everybody fool with Dre and Snoop is dead or was locked up. I don't care what Dr. Dre said.
I'm just reporting.
Dr. Dre was wearing women's shoes before it was fashionable to do it as a guy.
Toledo's sports leader, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
I know you're kind of busy just now, but I want to tell you some things I never told you. I know sometimes I act stupid and I say stupid things, but you kept me around, and other people would have said, drop that bum. You give me respect. You know, it's hard for me to say these kind of things because that ain't my way. But if I could just unzip myself and step out and be someone else, I want to be you. You're real hot.
If the papers knew we were talking like this, they'd think we was crazy. Why you?
Because I'm the best and you need somebody to teach you different. You may not understand what I'm talking about now. I can appreciate that, but you will when it's over. Believe me. You will when it's over. You think I don't have any more?
You got nothing more to prove, do you?
Look, man, this is the opportunity of a lifetime.
I got a lot of more. Come on. Here we go again.
And we wish to show the American press a small portion of the advances.
What does all this do to enhance performance?
It makes a man a better man. A great athlete, a super athlete. Though most of the world is ignorant. It's showtime! It's showtime! Come on. You wish to educate your country.
In great spirits tonight. He's really putting on a show for this capacity crowd.
Shall we have a demonstration?
Please do.
As you can see, the result's quite obvious. Whatever he hits, he destroys.
Now you're gonna have to go through hell.
Hey! What you say now? It's a Make It Hot Monday. I hope your weekend was crazy. Yeah, so we out here, we in the danger zone. All this thing out here alone. That's okay, because it's not a clone. It's the turn day. Yeah, get it on. It's a Monday. It's 4 to 6. We in here fast. Yeah, we makes it quick. Yep, sometimes they say they sick. Here we go, and this is it. Wow. Hey, it's Black and White Sports on a Monday. It's time to take off. Fastest buck 20 in sports, Glass City. Appreciate you checking in. Oh, boy. As much as I don't want to say, they out here still talking about the king. What's it going to be? Another summer. Here we see. And I got a defending Wembleton champ. The Derby tonight. The people excite. Yeah. And Wemby says, I want to make it right. Whoa. Yeah, we in here busy. My name is Andre. Good afternoon. Of the Savages. And that's JB sitting next to me. What's up, man? How was your weekend, buddy?
Very relaxing. I got the detox and clear my head, and I came in for the first time on a Monday in a long time.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Right.
With a whole new sense of purpose.
Me too. Right. Exactly. That's what it is. Exactly, Josh. That's what it is. Okay. What it is also is a hotline to it. Do a text. 877-909-1007. Josh said you can do that. No, we're ready today. We're doing it. Monty is here, of course. You know that. Impress is here. Quarterback is coming through because I have questions. I got a question. I got the list. Josh, I got the list. Hold on. It's some crap. Josh, I shouldn't say that. I think it might be some crap, but I got the list. Thank you for printing it out. I got the list with regard to this quarterback stuff. Scouts, rank, executives, coaches say who is the baddest man. So we have a list, and I had to call the quarterback. I wouldn't feel right discussing this without him. So we talked to John Ski. He'll be through here today. But really what it actually is about, though, at about 4:30, we are expecting, because I let him do his tour all around the community. You know, I said we get to the last spot where it's right. Coach Johnson. That's James Johnson of the Scott Bulldogs, Josh. Coming through today.
Once a Bulldog, always a Bulldog.
That's what they say. But he's a Knight, though. So I'm going to think that's part of it. That's going to be the question. We want to get the conflict. What is it? Is it the conflict or where we at? Because you know what? That can be strange in Toledo. But we appreciate it, though. I love it. I'm excited about him taking the helm because that's not just any coaching job, as you all know. The Scott High School is not just any coaching job. Really in any other sports, but really football, basketball, most notedly. And we got the new head man coming through here today. Bottom of the hour, and then Sandman on the back end of the situation. So, it's kind of normal in that respect. But let me do this, Josh. Can I speak about an experience? Josh, I had an experience today. I didn't know what I was going to get into.
You had an experience?
Yeah, well, I always have experiences. But,
boy.
Yeah. And I didn't know what I was going to get into this morning. But I had a trusted colleague say, hey, man, I need you to show up and come to a meeting. Okay? Simple enough. Josh, you make the meeting. Now, first of all, I will not divulge any of what I was brought into a discovery mode on today because I would tell you, I think I'm still relatively overwhelmed and have yet to process what has occurred. You ought to be very concerned with that, but that's neither here nor there. What is of your concern, though, is something you can do something about now, which is stop in to the power movement. Because, Josh, we're on that now. Do you want to know why I'm saying we're on the power movement, Josh?
Why are we on the movement to greater power?
Because we came in contact with the goddess Athena. Yes, we understand the leader of this fine establishment, and we want to thank you to our comrade and colleague, Mr. Terry Montrese. Hear me, Terry, who was kind enough to enlighten us. We didn't know. It was there. We know it now, and you all should know. This is the place, Josh, we're talking about, listen, the meal supplement sort of replacement game where you get your healthy energy is really the whole purpose, though. It's for an improvement on your physical situation. Now, this can happen in a couple of ways. Now, she briefed me with a long briefing, so I don't want to mess it up. But I know, generally speaking, I know we're in good shape. I know my energy was on top 10 when I left. Felt good. Didn't really have to go get some sort of ridiculous meal that I didn't need. It was not good for me. So I had the appropriate ingredients going off. But again, this can come in shakes forms. There's teas. But you have to go. It's an atmosphere, Josh. You know how they say, the kids are saying, Josh, everything is a vibe. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the people really want. You want to be on the vibe.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah, so listen, power movement, we're on. Goddess Athena, and when I say that, it's because the name, everything's in the name, Josh.
Yeah, it's always in the name.
And an incredibly kind lady too, right? And
Yes.
so you should know this. I don't know if you know any Greek history.
Well,
Probably don't, do you, Josh? No, you think you know
Well,
everything.
social studies
You
has
usually-
always been one of my better subjects in
Well,
schools. I mean,
listen.
I know a little bit of like the Socrates, the Alexander the Greats, the
Yeah.
Athens, Sparta, the Minoans, Cretians,
Mhm.
which preceded the golden age of Greek with the Athens things, the Parthenon, all that stuff. Yeah.
Well, understand that the mother goddess of wisdom in combination with the god Zeus, you see, the intellect and divine authority is so, and I met that today. So you all should meet the power movement and plug in over on Summit Street, Josh. Look it up because I didn't really get I hope she will, welcome our new friends over there and let her know you listen to us and check us out. But no, this was fun. Oh, you know what else happened too?
What
in
happened?
the midst of it, did I tell you? You are a basketball enthusiast, right? You're a
Yeah.
Rocket too, because you're an alum.
Lion, blue and gold, pride and pride,
Mhm.
tried and true.
Remember the name Caleb McIntyre?
Oh yeah.
Yep. On set too. So now you're getting your celebrity surprise when you're in the place and it's your first time. I don't know if I can match the experience, Josh, but you should go see if you can match it. Plug in. Fine situation. Okay, let's move on. Let's go. I'm sorry. I was a sidebar, Josh. You know how to miss a sidebar.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
a community guy. That's
it's
my
all-
thing. I build the community. That's what I do.
It's all about the power movement.
Thank you very much. All right.
Okay, so let's roll. Here we go. And again, on a Make It Hot Monday, it is indeed a few things NBA news worthy and disappointment at the same time. I'm hurt that somehow Frank Vogel has popped up again. He keeps on getting checks from people. This is weird, but it's happening again. Somehow now I know LeBron, stay away from Golden State. I know they can forget. There's your ingredient will tell you, listen, cancel Golden State from the list. We told you this anyway. Last week, we already put you on the Cleveland block before we got all this extra talk about it. But no, listen, Golden State's out. Vogel's on the staff. They just put Vogel on the staff. I don't know how Steve Kerr signs off on this. And what exactly are we hoping to bring the losers' energy to us? Why do we want that?
I just want to know, is there like a boys club going on in the
It always is. In life, understand.
I mean, I seem to remember there was like a boys club back in the 70s, 80s because you guys like the Stan Albeck's, the Tom Nisolkis,
listen,
and the Hubie Browns keep getting recycled around the coaches, and maybe the same thing with execs.
Well, I'm not sure, but I don't know what you're doing with Frank Vogel. But again, somebody's gonna holler at me. Oh, but the Lakers think, man, listen here. Also, too, CC, we have CC news. See, we have something nice. We're glad. CC is turning around because they went and snapped last night to it. And listen, ladies, I appreciate you. It was that doggone pesky, I think it was Jewel Lloyd, Josh, ruined a 7-leg parlay for a few bucks. It was a tasty snack. And so I don't really, but it's because I don't care for the Aces anyway. That's why I shouldn't dabble too much with because I don't do the Asia Wilson train. I'm not all of that. I'm not on it. So anyway, but nonetheless, we had that, and she's 600 assists first in history to that.
Not
so
bad.
We got to mention that. I like saying that. I do like saying that. And then listen, for those of you concerned about Conor McGregor, which is strange if you are, but I'm sure there are many. Surgery is going to go on, and he vows to get back out here. Conor McGregor, stop this. Anyway, look. This is a spiritual indicator. If in fact this is legit, I know you got to go through with the surgery. I am a personal thought that says I feel like this is hocus pockery here. I do. I don't know what we're doing. We stole another bag. He and Dana White discussed it. It was crisp and clean. No one's questioning anything, and he gets to maintain dignity in the process. I think it was masterful. That's what I actually think.
Yeah, I'm starting to have a hard time equating Conor McGregor and dignity.
Well,
but that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Hey, we can feel how you want to feel. I'm just saying, I don't go there. I just say I go to it has a funny smell. That has a funny smell.
Smelling just like peanut butter.
Conor McGregor, sit your ass down. Don't do anything else. The Floyd Mayweather heist wasn't enough to chill. Bruh. All right, let's go. Let's ring the bell. Anthony Butler is our man. Anthony Butler is our man. If he can't do it, no one can. Who? See? The master barber. And stylist. Ladies. All right, 419-407-0880. Give him a call. I would probably do it on a Tuesday, but today is an appointment day. If you can work something, get that kind of relationship. I mean, it's cool, but you know how barbers do. Tuesday through Saturday is kind of but with that, Butler, he makes special concessions. This is, again, why. It's the personal touch. And the stylist. Ladies. All right, ring the bell. Brought to you by our guy. Let's see what happened last night. We got things to do around here.
Want to ring the bell? All right. Ding, ding.
As we ring the bell on a Make It Hot Monday, we look back at it. Obviously, MLB material to share. Okay, Josh, beginning with these Phillies assaulting the Tigers on blanksmanship. Ooh. So there you go, Tigers. All that fun, and then you guys send us into the break on the blanker. Well, not a lot to say there, I guess, Josh.
Yeah, except I'm going to find out
Phillies hits. We don't have to do that, do we? Are you going to do that to us?
Well, I just
Why?
want to find out who
What are
the
you talking about?
pitcher of record was.
Oh, you are okay.
I mean, I know it wasn't Flaherty.
I mean, go ahead, add insult to injury. I don't care. Do what you do.
Well, let me see. Your losing pitcher for the Tigers. It happens to be Scooble. 5-5
Oh
on
yeah,
the
no,
year.
he got. I was going to. That's what I'm saying. Josh wanted to do it. Tiger people. Notice how I was evading, and Josh just had to tell you what happened. But thank you. Okay, moving on. Let's go. Here we go. Move because we got people, Josh. We got to go. We got to get Coach Johnson is on here today.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Seriously, and we got quarterback conference. We got guys. It's serious. I got to get through the hours. Gonna get it's jam packed. It's a turn jam packed. All right, let's go. What we got?
Red Legs.
Okay, and the results end up being, as they enter the break, 8-4 loss to the Cubs of Chicago. Okay, let's go.
Okay, moving right along. We got the Guardians next. Let me just pull that up real quick. Bingo. And it's a good result.
As also the All-Star break trail leads us to this final note as the Guards, Josh mentions to you, wrapping up first half with a 5-2 victory over the Marlins and a series sweep too. So
Yeah.
see this enigmatic stuff. Detroit and Cleveland, listen, seriously, in all seriousness, all right, Josh, let's go. Let's come back on the camera.
Okay, let's.
Because, seriously, as we ring the bell here and we keep going through this and we're wondering, what do we do? What happens with the school? But what's this? We're at the break now. So, for whatever reason, it's probably just wiser to just project in terms of no super duper significant changes at this point. So, what are we working with here? And it's hard to say with either faction. But I would recommend you don't necessarily throw in the towel all around on either. I don't, and I want to leave that. I needed to get that on the recording.
Okay, wrap things up.
Yep. Black and white sports continuing on this Monday, ringing the bell. And finally, Mud Hens wrap up season's first half with a shutout of their own inconsistent style, a loss to Indianapolis. There's Ring the Bell, brought to you by our man, Anthony Butler. He is the master barber and stylist. All right, let's roll. Here we go. Let me get into what we came to do today. All right. On this Monday, you know what, Josh? It was almost, I didn't have time to make a new graphic because we would have had the football thing up and they would have been confused and it looked weird. But it's still kind of a Monday meeting with Coach, isn't it? Of sorts.
Yeah, it does.
As we continue, so we will call it that. It's just it has it has a basketball tenor to it, but we're very excited about this. Like I said, I gave him a chance to do his tour. He was all around. He's turned into a media celebrity, man. But I will be honest with you, man. Not many people deserve it more. And when you think back, sometimes we can think back in life to younger portions, and sometimes in a town like this, in a little bitty 6 degrees like it is in Toledo, Ohio, right? It's often easy to find periods of life or maybe instances where people weren't necessarily their best or perhaps their best example. But when I tell you, today's guest is someone who I can tell you personally, I have observed for an extended period of life. And to say, I go back quite a ways in the awareness of this man's existence, his talent really first and foremost, because this is how I came in contact with him and watching him display his talent from a very young age. And I'm going to tell him something today. I don't know if he heard in a minute. I hope he can recall this item that I will share. But again, we used to talk about stand-up guys, community servants, family guys, and the guy has a hell of a DNA chain, as we all saw this past school year in the high school ranks, as the Rockets getting a fine addition to their basketball roster. Ladies and gentlemen, as all calls and guests are brought to you by the Bellamere Suites Wake Up Call line, we bring him to the program. And again, in a makeshift Monday meeting with Coach, he is the new man of the Scott Bulldogs, ladies and gentlemen, and taking on the mantle of restoring the history and legacy to perhaps one of Toledo's most famous brands. He is Mr. and now head coach, James Johnson. Welcome to Black and White Sports, sir.
Thank you so much, Andre. It's a pleasure to be on the show, and it's just a pleasure to be here with you, sir. And first of all, just congratulations to your extended success, not only on this show, but in the media world for years now. And I've been watching and following you and all your different programs, and you are one of the originators of just doing it on your own, to your own beat. And I just want to say congratulations, and also thank you so kindly for inviting me and having me on your show today.
Oh, Coach, I mean, I don't know what to do right now, and like I said, those words are not wasted, sir, and I truly appreciate you, especially again from someone like yourself. It's really our honor today, especially because of, again, what this conversation really centers around. I have to tell you, I don't know if I could have been more proud to get the news that this was taking place, that I knew I was getting, at minimum, a true basketball man, a
Yes,
man
sir.
that still embodies the the principalities of, perhaps, and we're going to talk about this a little bit today, what might be a little bit askew as we sit here in contemporary society. But Coach, I just want to begin first and foremost, because we're talking about you taking over a legacy. This is, like I said, one of the most noteworthy brands in our community. Obviously, a strong urban pride with regard to that. When you start talking about once a Bulldog, Josh even said that himself earlier. You know what I mean? Once a Bulldog, always a Bulldog, and now you become a part of that family, although you are a Knight. And maybe let me start with that, just real quick, on a lighter note. What's that like, Coach? As as a Knight, you know what I mean? You know how the loyalist energy can be in our community, right? And
yes, sir.
And all your success at St. Francis, but taking over Scott, but you have a unique and a distinct sort of understanding about this, I would believe. Can you talk to me about that, and just maybe your mindset and choosing to step into this role?
Absolutely, Andre. And I tell you what, it's a very natural question, especially knowing the loyalty that Scott followers have, and people that have been at 2400 Collingwood Boulevard. They are somewhat partial to their own, if you will. And so for me to come from St. Francis and to take on that role at Scott, I definitely did not take on that opportunity lightly. But what I will say, and I've been coaching high school basketball for over 25 years, spent some time at Mount Zion High School down in Clayton County, Georgia, on the south side of Atlanta. And then I was able to be on the staff with Mike Floyd here at Toledo Central Catholic for a number of years, working with my nephews who were over there and some other tremendous great players. As a high school basketball coach, really anywhere in these United States, I wouldn't want to be anywhere other than where I am today at Toledo Scott High School. Just the tradition, the legacy, and really what the alumni have there, and the way the bar has been set. If you have any type of competitiveness in you, which I certainly have, I wouldn't want to have any other job, and that's including the job over there on Bancroft. I am very happy, very challenged and motivated to not only bring Scott back to where it was circa not only the 90s, but the 80s and the 70s, and even before that, but to exceed that. And, obviously you experienced that greatness in the late 80s and early 90s firsthand, just like I did.
Yes, sir.
And so I really was not completely aware of where it has been in the last decade. Well, we did face the Bulldogs when I was at Central Catholic in the district finals and had a very tough game that we ended up winning. However, getting over there and really experiencing, as far as it had fallen off just last year with the 3-18 season,
right?
It's almost unbelievable, to be honest with you, especially knowing what we faced.
Right.
Even in '89 when you and the McMahon and that team went on to do what they did and win the state championship. And then the 1990 Scott Bulldogs team winning the state championship. And then we faced a very good Scott team in the city championship in 1991 when I was, in the city championship as well. Right. Those Bulldog teams were spectacular. And then going before that, just the 80s with the Polanits and the Newburns, and even in the 70s with the Collins brothers and just the there, to have found out once I got over there where it had dipped to. Right. It's a challenge right now for me, but it's a challenge that I'm built for. It's something that I look forward to, and I want to say this to your listeners and viewers also, Andre. It's something that I'm not waiting to rebuild, if you will, with the Bulldog Nation and the basketball program over there. We're looking to do some things this year. We're looking to do some things right now. And no slight to anybody else that has been there in the past or that situation, but I'm not waiting for anything. I'm not waiting 2-3 years to do this, that, and the third. Okay. We're looking to make some noise this year, and so we got some lofty goals and expectations, but I'm here for it. I'm built for it. We're gonna work real hard, and we're looking to get there.
Oh man, I'm already ready. Josh, you hear that? We're talking to head coach Scott Bulldogs, James Johnson, on Black and White Sports right now. Coach, it's incredible that you say that, because it's an excellent driving point for us. So as you present that to us and let us know what the vision is, how much of that specific historical blueprint you just mentioned do you plan to integrate into this modern attack that you just shared with us? And how do you intend to use that heavy legacy as fuel versus that burden and this mentality of what it's been, and trying to fast forward and leapfrog, especially some young kids who likely may not know, if their family don't have that legacy to tell them what Bulldogs you are referring to, because we're going to come back to some of that today. James Johnson here though. But Coach, how much will be in what you're going to implement?
I tell you what, Andre, and that's a great question. I am at this very moment introducing my guys to legends, and not only that 1990 team with the Scoop Williams, who was just inducted into the African American Legacy Hall of Fame, and the Glovers and the Scrutchins and the John Whites and the Boogies and that particular team, Nakashi Phillips, but even going back deeper with the Marcus Newburns and the Melvin Newburns. And so you are absolutely correct. To answer your question more directly, I'm implementing a lot of that because I want my players to know what they come from, what was done there before them, just the history of what we've done, the Donald Collins, the Lawrence Collins, just the Doug Jones, just really the cloth that they are cut from. And I want them to realize that they have that same greatness in them. And with some hard work, some proper direction, I want them to realize we are going to get there. And we're going to get there now. It is a huge part of what I am doing, just beginning out as I'm implementing defensive principles and offensive principles, and really setting my cultural foundation of what will be expected and what the expectations are. It is built upon the foundation that has already been laid. And even further than that, Coach Williams don't come around as much as he used to, but what a spectacular coach he was during his years in the 70s and 80s and 90s and such. And I went to St. Francis, but it was Coach Williams who helped me get my scholarship to Kent State University.
You too?
When I went on my visit to Kent State, and they had what they call the dean of the Max coach. The head coach was a guy by the name of Jim McDonald, who spent some time at University of Toledo. Before he offered me my scholarship, he called Coach Williams and he said, "Hey, this kid from St. Francis, what do you think of him?" And it was Coach Williams who told my college coach, who had me on campus, "Hey, you need to go ahead and offer him. He's a player. He's smart. He knows the game. He comes from a good family. He's going to work hard for you." And then the following morning, I got there on a Friday night. The following morning, that Saturday, the head coach at Kent said to me, "Hey, I talked to Coach Williams. He said I should go ahead and offer you the scholarship, so I'm going to offer you the scholarship." And I didn't even know, Coach Williams even knew me like that. That was the 1990 team, and that was Scott with John White and the Sean Scrutchins. And, I was a kid at St. Francis. I was doing okay.
Man, stop, James John. Now, Coach, I'm going to let you now see. You're going to cut this out, man. No, people, stop this. 91 class. You remember they had them 5 boys. The Division I work was all you want. You didn't want none of it. And this man had the ball pushing. We coming back, Coach. Can I get a quick commercial break?
Johnson, no problem. No problem. Yes, sir.
You got to pay the bill. We're going to come back. James Johnson, and I'm going to add my guys in here, man. I'm going to get Monty Features, man, the quarterback, John Ski in here, all right? So it's a real serious day, right? We're making it hot on a Monday. It's Black and White Sports. That's why you in here. Sit tight.
Sports, raw, recalibrated, unfiltered. You're listening to Black and White Sports with Andre of the Savages. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
Just one incident report of an accident, 280 southbound at Wheeling. Other than that, we are clear. If you're seeing anything we're not, let us know. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now traffic.
Mama Mary's Pizza is celebrating America's 250th anniversary. Founded in 1776, the United States is 250 years old. And Mama Mary's is celebrating with a 17.76% discount when you order online. That's right, get 17.76% off when you order online. Sometimes you're just too tired to make that dinner, so Mama Mary's makes it easy on you and your wallet. Something for mom, dad, and the youngsters. Pizza, pasta, salads, subs, and more. Mama Mary's Pizza in Holland or Airport in Holloway.
This summer.
You want some boiled peanuts? It's a boiled peanut. You want some boiled peanuts? What is a boiled peanut?
For an array of classic and creative pizzas, visit Pizza Cat. Now with 2 locations in Toledo, one on Monroe Street and one on McCord. You can build your pizza as weird as you want it. To place an order and earn perks towards future orders, go to pizzacat.com. Pizza Cat, keep pizza weird.
No cats have ever been harmed in the making of this pizza.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
As we make it hot on this Monday, we continue. Black and White Sports. Appreciate you guys. Hope your weekend was pleasant. Andre of the Savages here. Fastest buck 20 in sports is in motion. So you're catching it midstream right now. If you just joined us as we get back in play, our guest today, head coach, new man. You might have heard something around town about someone taking over as Scott. Well, he's here with us today. He is none other than the one and only, I can say now, is this coach of Scott High School. I can say that. Mr. James Johnson is here, everybody. So we appreciate that. Also, joining us, though, now as we continue the conversation, we get the fellas in here, a couple of the big dogs around here. Monty features John Norjeski, the edge rusher, and the quarterback joined the program as well. A couple of guys I know have extreme concerns about our local energy, and certainly where athletics are concerned. So we appreciate you guys. Gentlemen, what's up? Good afternoon today.
What's going on, bro? What up,
Good afternoon, guys. Great to be with you today. Hey, Coach.
Honey, how you doing? What's happening there?
Hey, Coach.
Yeah,
how's it going?
It's great. Appreciate you guys being in here, man, especially early today on this. And Coach Johnson, of course. And Coach, I'm going to try to pick up our conversation a little bit. If you guys, like I said, just joined us, Coach sort of let us know. Gave us a little bit of the blueprint and sort of his energy, very energetic, very excited. So we're excited about that, and especially those of you who have, a legacy consideration with anything Scott Bulldogs and understand anything about that. It is definitely clear we couldn't have a better man to insert into the role of leadership. And with that, Coach, let me come to this, because we talked about it a little bit as we went out. He's being modest and he's being humble. First of all, hell of a player. And let me tell this quick story, because I don't know if you heard it. And Monty, I don't even know if I ever told you this. I feel like you should even know about this to some degree. And this did not come on the court. Let me go ahead and be transparent with the people. I have a very interesting story, but it's not about that today. And so we're not going to be laughing too heavily. But just understand, there's only 2 years in junior high, as we all typically know, certainly in the Northwest Ohio area. And I'll have you all know, shout out to Coach George Clay, Old West End Golden Bears. He cut my ass twice. So let's make that. So what I'm about to say, here's it. But this is what it is. What I'm about to say about this man, he was on the court, right? And this is what I remember. And I want to say, JJ, this was 7th grade. I want to say maybe. It might have been 7th grade. I want to say 8th, because I lean more towards 8th, because I said by 8th he would have the audacity for what I'm about to share. This might have been in my high school recollection. I'm not sure if I remember too many cooler players. Shout out to my man Dave McClain, played the ball. He was cool. That was a brother. How some people can hoop cool, right? But JJ was cool but aggressive, like he said, serious. He was in coach mode, the point guard, but he was at McTighe, ladies and gentlemen. This is before St. Francis. And I remember one of my early basketball memories of a guy coming down the court, Monty, calling the offense, half court set coming down, calls the play, decides, lane looks good, cuts through the light, give him the quick jerk to the, left right there on the cross, comes through the lane. But while forming and putting the ball about to go for the finger roll, he blows a bubble. He's been chewing gum. He blows a bubble. It's so cool, right? Ski through the traffic while he's kidding. You know what I'm saying? He's changing. He drops the ball with the finger roll. This is a kid. It's junior high. I never. We used to talk about this all the time. Me and Ed, them boys. That's James Johnson. That's how you do James Johnson because he was cool. I did anyway, and he never ever veered off. You know what I'm saying? Got more intense. There was no more bubbles blowing in high school. We didn't see that all of that. But I'm just telling you, in the time that boy was already. You already knew what it was. So, Coach, I don't even know if you remember that.
You know what? I don't specifically remember that particular play, but you know what? It's a true pleasure to be speaking with two MAC men that I actually played on the same teams with. I don't know if you remember, Andre. We was on that summer league team that played out of Westminster there for a little while, and then of course, Monty, we played together in AAU playing for Mr. Scrutchins and Coach Lawshy and those guys, and
out in Vegas
and out to Vegas, and it's tremendous to be on on the show and reminiscing because you guys were some tremendous ballers in and of your own self, and man, we had a good time growing up playing basketball here in the city of Toledo, and I tell you what, back then it was competitive every night out in the city league, and of course you guys that did their thing and they went to the state in '89, but man, every night out, whether it was the Vilbis or Bowser or Libby, of course the Bulldogs, it was a definitely a battle every night out.
St. John, St. Francis,
all things too.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking to Coach James Johnson here, ladies and gentlemen, head coach Scott Bulldogs, getting ready to take us into a new era and probably a more familiar era. But let me, as you bring up, again, Coach, you're talking about your rich pedigree, obviously, and again, St. Francis alum, but you go on to play Kent State, as you mentioned. You've been an incredible assistant, of course, success over there with the Fighting Irish and all of this. So you've excelled across different environments, okay? And so I guess how will that specific background and knowing what it takes to play at the next level, though, and I wonder, can you be of most aid and edification to your group and knowing again how to move to this next level, how to coach a disciplined room, and guide and direction these guys into being again really potential. I guess contributions, to the game itself, Coach.
Yeah, that's a great question, Andre. My thing is, I'm preparing all of my players to continue their career in basketball, whether it's in AIA, D3, D2, or Division I. And I run my workouts like a college coach would run his. And it's a lot tougher than what a lot of my players are used to. But I am trying to prepare these men to not only be tremendous basketball players, but also quality young men and trying to make them be quality people just in life. And so I am bringing in, like I said, 25 years of coaching on the high school level. I've gotten a lot of different techniques and different things from a lot of different coaches along the way. As you mentioned, I also worked with some All-American camps and things like that had some pro coaches and different stuff like that down in the Atlanta area. So I'm bringing everything I've got in my toolbox, and I'm still learning, and I'm still going to clinics and still sharpening my knife, if you will, and working on my craft. So I'm bringing everything to these guys and working really hard to help them to be the best that they can be.
Talking to Coach James Johnson here, head coach of the Scott Bulldogs. Coach, the guys got a couple of questions for you. Monty Features.
What's up, Jay? My AAU teammate.
Yes, sir.
We talked earlier about the rich history and pride in Scott. What does it mean to you to be endorsed by some of those guys? Being that normally they stick to their own. Being that you are a St. Francis Knight and being endorsed to say, "Hey, this is our guy, and he's the one to lead us to our next chapter."
You know what, Monty? It means a lot to me. And I would be remiss if I didn't say that I was concerned about that. Coming over to 2400, I already know they wanted somebody from 2400 and somebody that had wore that jersey. And for them to embrace me like they have is spectacular. One of the first people that welcomed me to the Scott family was Anthony Scoop Williams. And to have him grab me and grip me up and give some confidence in me, it was spectacular and tremendous. Another guy that's really just embraced me, and I've been embraced by everyone over there, actually. Right. But another person was Kashi Phillips, and just seeing the genuine joy that they had in seeing me with the whistle around my neck and seeing me do some things over there is spectacular. And then going even deeper, Coach Bates has been instrumental in getting stuff started for me over there. I mean, when I got hired, the alumni over there already had an 8th grade spring league that was going on, to where some of the top incoming, 9th graders was already playing in the league there. And they already had the camp set up, to where all I had to come in and to do was just bring energy and work. And so just the alumni themselves, being accepted by them was spectacular. The Donald Collins and the Larry Collins and the Marcus Newburns, and to get a call from Melvin Newburn. These are guys that I used to go watch at Centennial Hall and things like that. And that's, back in the day. And so to have them say, hey, we happy you're over here. And so it's not any pressure, but man, I don't want to let those guys down. Those legends believing in me, happy that I got the wheel. It's time to get to work. That's all I think about, really. Is we got to get to work. It's time to get to work. And I don't expect it to be overnight, but I'm not waiting for anything either. That's why we working now. We haven't open gyms now. We're in the weight room now. We're getting conditioning now. There's no time to wait. We need to work now so we can live up to the expectations that I have for us. And those expectations are, the bar set high, as you already know.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Ski. You got anything, John?
Hey, Coach, it's great to be with you today. You've spoke a lot about legacy. Yeah, you spoke a lot about legacy and the history of, a great TPS school, and myself being a TPS guy as well. There's just a great history in TPS schools. You named just a few of them. Talk about your challenges that you're going to face, Coach, not just this year, but years upcoming, that Scott faces, keeping that top talent, because Andre and I have had this conversation many times that I think you've mentioned those great players are built on the strong communities that all those schools had, Matt Cumber, right. Bowser, Scott.
Sure.
And I think that's been lacking, quite frankly. So how do you build on that, bringing that legacy, bringing Scott back?
Well, I tell you what, you're absolutely correct in that. And it will be a challenge to keep our players in-house. I went to St. Francis. I like Andre said earlier, I played at McTighe. When I left McTighe, we played against Robinson in the city championship, lost to a guy by the name of Larry Sykes, and they had some other great players over there as well. But when I went to St. Francis, there was 5 guys off that McTighe team that went over there with me. And then Larry Sykes came from Robinson. And so if he had went to his high school in his district, or if all the 5 guys from St. Francis had went to our public school, those public schools might have been different. So it's going to be a challenge for me just like it's been a challenge over the years to keep homegrown talent at home. However, I completely feel with my heart that it's going to be easier for me to keep our talent at home, especially once those guys see the relationships that I'm building with the players and the parents right there on 2400 Collingwood Boulevard. I think what they are starting to see already and what they will see moving forward and what they are going to see as long as I'm in the seat is a coach that is my coaching relationship and my coaching style is built off building relationships. And I want those guys to know that I'm not only interested in wins and losses, but more so in them being quality young men and growing up and being excellent gentlemen in the community when they go off to college. And they're going to know that I care about them, you know. And then even further than that, you know, I care about their well-being more so than if they can put the ball in the basket or not. We had some kids in the gym the other day. You know, we had 7 a.m. workouts and individual workouts at the Douglas Center. And then we lift at 11. And then we have an open gym after that. And I'm seeing the kids coming off the floor, you know, looking kind of faint and weak. And I began to ask, like, yo, you looking like you about to pass out. This water is not going to be enough. Did you eat? No, coach, I haven't ate today. Like, hold up, wait. I go in my bag. I grab some oranges out my bag because I keep a little something for myself, but I'm giving them to the guys. And so then I go to my coaching staff and I say, we can't expect these guys to perform at a high level and work out and compete if they don't have proper nutrition, if they haven't eaten. So I give them some advice and say, hey, you don't have to have a full course meal. Just get some toast and some peanut butter. But my coaching staff and I, we take turns bringing in oranges and bananas and granola bars and things like that, just to let them know, hey, you know, I'm about to put something on your stomach. We're going to keep you fed. We care about you. We care about you beyond just you hooping for us. And I can even see just handing out oranges to the kids and bananas, just how much they appreciate that, how much they appreciate that love. And I think once that gets to be contagious and once those guys know, hey, this dude cares about us, you know, beyond just basketball, he's going to definitely, you know, those kids will work even harder for me to be better basketball players.
Wow, coach. Listen, man, I hate that we got to wrap the hour on it. Listen, I got to get you back in here, coach. And I know it's going to be a hell of a season, all of that. So please, you're welcome anytime, sir, only because we wrapping the first hour, right?
Yes, sir. I get it.
Coach James Johnson in here, Scott Bulldogs in great hands. You know what I mean? And just like some more of our Toledo youth in great hands. So we're going to applaud you. Matter of fact, we're not clapping loud enough. Just stop clapping. We need to clap today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much for having me.
Appreciate you, man. Listen, next time too, I'm gonna give you the whole situation. I didn't want to make it too much about my man Manny Fresh, but we're gonna come to that next time. We'll get you out of here on that, coach. You know what I mean? You
Absolutely. He's doing a tremendous job. Don't sleep on his older brother Chico that will be at Defiance College as well. They both are working real hard, and they'll be definitely something to look out for this coming season.
Okay, so you know he gave me family. Now I'm my new nephew. Alumni. Defiance College in the building. You already know. Listen, hey, John Ski, please, man, if you can, stick with me to hour number 2. We got to have this discussion. I got to do the quarterback thing after this, man. We had to roll with Coach Johnson. It was an honor to have you, sir. Impressed.
Thanks, guys.
Listen, man, yes, sir. That. Thank you, Coach. Monty, if you want to hang, I know you got to do it, but if you want to hang, brother, come back at hour number 2. Everybody, please come back through here, all right? We on fire. It's a Monday, okay? And we need you in here at 5:05. Okay, perfect attendance. We still making it hot and a lot of items to go. Okay, we get to all the other sports items of the day, off the weekend, and we got all-star work tonight in preliminary form. Home run derby. I got some plays for you. I got the look, so don't get crazy. All right, and it's not a big situation to avoid, ladies and gentlemen. So don't you do it. Sit tight. Black and white. Hour number 2.
ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
Typical liars. For this time, Monday afternoon, incident. If you're seeing anything we're not, let us know. You can call or text. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now, traffic.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now from $699 with exclusive student pricing from $599. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
York, it's just what you're looking for.
The hottest time to upgrade your ride is this summer at Yard Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. New 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn. Lease for just $399 a month for 39 months for everyone during the Make This the Summer event. Plus a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. And Yard cares on every vehicle free of charge. Online at yardchryslerjeepdodgeram.com. 1995 due at signing with approved credit. Excludes tax, tag, title, and fees. No security deposit. Expires 8/3/26.
Log on to this station's website at 9 a.m. on July 15th for this sweet deal. Get a $5,000 gift certificate to spend at Wojo's Heating and Air Conditioning for just $2,500. Go to this station's website and click Sweet Deals, 9 a.m. July 15th.
At Hudson's Automotive, we keep your vehicle running its best with expert diagnostics.
His store and more, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station.
Maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation. Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now.
800-580-6475. Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging.
Viagra, $2 a pill. $99 minimum order. Call 800-925-5313.
America's 250th anniversary. Founded in 1776, the United States is 250 years old. And Mama Mary's is celebrating with a 17.76% discount when you order online. That's right, get 17.76% off when you order online. Sometimes you're just too tired to make that dinner, so Mama Mary's makes it easy on you and your wallet. Something for mom, dad, and the youngsters. Pizza, pasta, salads, subs, and more. Mama Mary's Pizza in Holland or Airport in Holloway.
Pizza and Grinders in Holland. From golden baked pizzas to our famous oven toasted grinders stacked high with meats, cheese, and crisp toppings, every bite hits the spot. Mancino's Pizza and Grinders in Holland is perfect for lunch, dinner, or game day. Fast, friendly, and always satisfying.
Game on! Catch every play on over 50 TVs at Danny's Cafe in historic Rossford, the real Glass City. Whether you're stopping in for award-winning food, ice-cold drinks, family dinner, live entertainment, or the big game, Danny's has something for everyone. Enjoy 2 covered patios, a rooftop deck, and the excitement of Northwest Ohio's favorite sports destination. Voted Toledo's #1 sports bar, Danny's Cafe is fun for all ages. Come see why so many people call Danny's Cafe their home away from home, the world's cleanest restaurant.
Community service around here. You know what Black and White Sports is about. Thank you guys for being with us. 100.7 FM. That's ESPN, the ticket here in Lucas County. But as I mentioned, in an effort to keep our public always in the best position possible, you think to yourself, hey, we're using internet, Wi-Fi, we're streaming, we're doing it all. A lot of times we got stuff going on at multiple devices in the house. You know the kids are gaming. Sometimes you're gaming. Well, listen, you don't want to have issues when you're working from home. So I have come today to share, hear ye, countrymen and friends. Rocket Internet is offering you 600 megabits per second for only $9.99 per month, or 1 gig for $19.99 per month. Because you see, the biggest name isn't always the best deal. Now, both plans include Wi-Fi equipment, unlimited data, no contract, and a 3-year price guarantee. Visit GetRocketInternet.com or call 5673-ROCKET to check availability and sign up. Rocket Internet is a prepaid internet service. Professional installation is required and a one-time activation fee applies. Offer subject to change or may be canceled without notice. Visit GetRocketInternet.com or call 5673-ROCKET for full details.
I also like local sports talk. Who doesn't? Okay. You know, I think it's like a super sports tiny thing to have the local sports stuff. There's still places that it exists. Obviously, everybody thinks those days are old and the talking heads that literally just yell into microphones for hours at a time for radio are days of the past. It's like, no, there's still a very loyal listener to sports radio, but also there is local sports talk that still is giving the pulse of the fans. They're still giving the opinions of the fans. They're still asking the questions that need to be asked. And we have a Hall of Fame moment. They have a fervor fan base. And those guys, they love it. They're there every day. It means so much to them. They're doing bigger numbers than a lot of these podcasts out here. They think they're national podcasts. No doubt. You know, in these cities. Like, if I knew this guy existed my entire life, this would have been incredible. Good sports talk is hard to beat. It is legitimately hard to beat. Yeah. Feed me that times 10, but also, and potentially dying it. And we need him to take care of himself.
Well, and that's the big thing. Like a guy like him, like he has carte blanche to say whatever. I mean, he's killing himself. You subject yourself, and he has to care. I almost hate this city because of it, so I'm going to let everybody have it. I think
it's their love of the cities that drives them every single day. We appreciate that from Paisan. But many people around different cities, they hate us. We're the national people that say something. The local people talking about the national people. The best in the world. Shout out to the local folks. We appreciate you. Shout out to sports being so damn magical. And shout out
Black and White Sports with Andre of the Savages on 100.7 The Ticket.
Back in here, hour number 2, as we continue to make it hot on this Monday. Here with you until 6 p.m. as hour 1 has concluded. We move into the second half. Fastest buck 20 in sports. It's called Black and White Sports. I am called Andre of the Savages. My good man Josh Burnham here alongside, and very graciously hanging through the break on this one, my man Monty Features, so I'm loving that. And John Nowajeski, the quarterback here, coming back through in a moment. But once again, thank you, head coach Scott Bulldogs, taking us into the next frontier. Coach James Johnson, very gracious, man, hanging with us today. And Coach and I didn't even know he would stay that long. And I felt like really I wanted to run it through the second hour. So we can't wait to have him back and wishing him well and, all the best with the players. Again, I didn't even get to take it in there, people. The fact that he's a teacher and just as an educator. And like I said before, one of the best examples we can have in connection with our young people here. So I couldn't be more excited. And certainly the fact that he stopped by here to rock with us today after his numerous and countless appearances and everything. And as he told you, still working hard with the young fellas out there trying to get things in motion. Because he said, fellas, like he said, we're doing it now. Impress, Ski, as we get back in here. His coach said we're doing it now. We're not waiting around. And you got to love that, man. A couple guys who know what it means and often, champion what I think we're lacking. And maybe, these young people need the influence of guys, maybe who come from the old man get off the lawn era. You know what I mean? So
yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's true.
Appreciate Coach. Thank you very much for coming through. So listen, fellas, hey, thank you guys for hanging with us. Real quick, everybody, a few mentions that have to get made. First and foremost, my good friends at the Bassett Nut Company, okay, Black and White Sports Radio Show, brought to you in part by, again, the Bassett Nut Company. Big bags of nuts for your mouth are there waiting for you, formerly Rachel Michaels Gourmet Popcorn. And don't forget about the move. Everyone up the block, up Monroe Street. We talked about the significant strains that can be certainly placed upon entrepreneur and certainly, local business owners and people understand that. So please get in there, stop in there, support her. We told you, fellas, you can't go wrong, number one, bringing something in the house for the lady. From there, please know this. But as we get into these games, football season, we hear it's around the corner, college and pro, we get the situation for the fellas. She's got all of that. So check in there and all the old treats from the Rachel Michaels frame. So, a full compliment for everybody. She's right there next to the Verizon store, right up Monroe Street. Okay, BassettNutCompany.com. All right, fellas, let's roll as we get back into this. Now, I had to have my football guys here impressed. This is a bonus now that you're rocking with us because I was bringing it to Ski because they were talking, and Ski, I know you've heard this today. You had to. And it got me this morning. I was on the way to this meeting and I kind of wasn't paying attention. I was trying to think about what I was going to deal with or what have you. And so I'm hearing these guys, man, and the white noise catches me. And they go into this whole shtick about Josh Allen and the fact that, well, first, let me go back when I talk about the conversation that's been had, everybody today, executives, coaches, scouts, ranking the top NFL quarterbacks as we get close here. We're almost rounding into the home stretch soon. Preseason will be on. Hall of Fame game is right around the corner, a couple weeks away. So all intents and purposes, NFL season is here. Brother Nowajeski, Brother Features. And so they get down to this, and we can kind of talk about some of this. I got the top 10 of this list here. But what got me, Ski, and I wanted to, I immediately thought about you. And I'm like, I'm hearing most lethal game record or dual threat in this league, and this from our guy Fowler, ESPN, Hasselback coming in co-signing this. Can you interject here, man, and help me, maybe set me up? Maybe I need to be thinking about this. This is heavy commentary, especially with some of the people who aren't in here. We'll come to that, but I just want to, again, did you hear that? Your thoughts about that, and then come to the Josh Allen component and maybe just your feeling. Do you agree with this?
Actually, I didn't hear any of this today, so this is pretty fresh to me. Yeah, traveling down to Atlanta today, Sav, we're down in the Battery. We're down in your old neck of the woods. So, here we are again, preseason, quarterback hype, a lot to be made. Who should be the best? Who is the best? These debates are going to rage on and on, kind of like the GOAT conversation in basketball. I really believe that, with the television deals, each team's getting $400 million this year through the TV and cable deal rights. a lot of this is to be made because they want certain guys to be on television and they want certain guys to be prime time. And certain guys have been able to answer that, Sav, and certain guys haven't. Patrick Mahomes obviously has been one of them. You know, a lot of the guys, young guys, Caleb Williams is coming up, but there's been other guys that haven't been able to answer that call that I've been quite critical of, and he's in your graphic. You know, when the lights get bright, they seem to disappear. But you're never going to stop that. Ratings is what it's all about. A box office is what it's all about. And yeah, you can arguably make it. Is Josh Allen box office? Yes, he's box office. But does he go away and disappear a little bit when the lights get bright? Yes, he does that too. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes this year. But I'm excited for football, just like all you other guys.
Well, and Monty, before, because I'm gonna kind of spin this to you. Well, John, but here's the thing. But what we're asking here, and I got this top 10 list, and I feel like I need to start sharing this.
Yeah.
But when they're saying, when these people, because these people are supposed to be in the know, and even outside of us fan talk and what we can imagine, we think we know, these are the people who are paid to know. And so when you hear them saying, and Monty, let me ask you, when they say this is the most lethal game record, and when I start thinking about that, I'm thinking about somebody, you put the ball in their hands or what have you. If it comes to these defensive guys, we often discuss it, the Myles Garrett's, if you will, you know, so on and so forth. But somebody who will wreck the game in terms of these dual threats that we now have, and they're telling me this man is the one you all are touting as the premier entity in this 32 team collective. I'm feeling like I'm having a hard time, man, accepting that before I even get into the criticisms of other guys and the rest of this top 10 list, which I do want to share with you guys. But your initial response to that, Monty?
My initial response to that is the most game recordist individual in the last couple of years has been Sam Darnold, man. If he not top of the list, I don't know what to tell you.
It's so wrong. So okay, listen. Okay, how about this? So Skeek, let me come back, fellas. Now, does this twist anybody's cap to a certain extent? Jalen Hurts becomes a story in this conversation because he's not in the top 15 of this list. And watch this. Baker Mayfield is number 15. Now, what about that? And when we start to angle it there, does that?
I think,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the Baker Mayfield component is his second heroics that Baker has always been known for, right? You know, he plays with a reckless abandon. He's a guy that doesn't really fit the mold as your prototypical NFL quarterback. So, you know, what he does on the field is kind of shocking, and I think it gets to people. But Josh Allen, when you're talking about game records, I mean, I believe this, and Josh, you can correct me if I'm wrong and check the stats, but he leads the most as far as quarterback scoring within the red zone. I mean, he has scored the most touchdowns.
Oh yeah, no. You can ask me for that because that's anytime touchdown score.
Yeah,
that's a important prop bet when it comes to Josh. We know about that.
So he can put the ball in the end zone just for his size, and he has the ability to throw the ball. He can make all the throws and things of that nature. So, but he just hasn't been able to get his team over the hump. So we'll see.
I mean, I get it. Here's my thing with it.
I grade quarterbacks on the team play, Sav, and that because I truly believe. Listen, the quarterback, and I've said this before. The quarterback is the most dependable player on the field. I get a lot of criticism for that statement, but it's true. You can be the greatest, and look at Lamar Jackson. He's arguably the most athletic. He's arguably the most athletic. He's arguably the most exciting quarterback that we have in the league. But what has he won other than individual accolades?
Well, I was going there, and Monty, see, when you say that, because I might have said the first thought I had, Lamar Jackson feels more game record-y to me, and the potential of this, and by whatever, see, we have to figure out what the definition is. But then what I would say to you, but do you trust him? And I don't know, well, you're a Steelers fan, so maybe you're not much of a fan of the guy anyway. But to that extent, out of respect for what he can do, but do you trust him?
I love great football, period. No matter what team you play for. But that is the problem. When you talk about game record, you have to be able to depend on him when the game is on the line. And Lamar Jackson is not that guy. And again, my knock on Lamar Jackson is he hasn't been that guy, and he seems to be okay with not being that guy. And correct. I can't stand that. You know what I mean? Yeah. He seems to be okay with maybe next year, and eventually there's not going to be a next year. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Monty. Thank you. I've been saying that for years, and taking the criticism for years about that. And it's not a knock on his play. It's not a knock on his quarterback play and what type of quarterback he is. But that's what separates the great quarterbacks, the guys that less than 1%, and quite frankly, the team that's put around them. Again, the most dependable player on the field and does it all. There's not enough said about all those pieces being connected, unified. So we'll see.
And I'll say this about Jalen Hurts too, about him not being on the list. I think the last couple of years has hurt him, not being able to take that team with so much talent around him a little further than not doing what he has to do to be able to take that team and keep that team together. The dramatic fall off for them.
Yeah, Monty, I'd agree with that, but you got to give Jalen Hurts this type of credit. Every year that man has been in the league, he's had a different offensive coach.
No doubt.
And as a quarterback and the changing of schemes and all of that and what they're trying to accomplish, for him to be handed a new playbook every single season, that's tremendous what he's been able to do in that environment. And I don't think enough's been said about that. So that's a different level of greatness that he can still perform underneath those circumstances.
Yes, sir.
Monty Features, John Nowajeski in here, man. My football guys, appreciate you guys. We go to this break. I'll see if you guys just give me a quick, veto or no on the rest of the list as we roll out of here on the Josh Allen conversation at number 1. We've got that. Patrick Mahomes at 2, Matt Stafford 3, Joe Burrow 4, our infamous Lamar Jackson at 5, Dak Prescott at 6, Justin Herbert at 7, Drake May is in your 8 slot, Jared Goff is 9, and Ski, our man Caleb Williams in the top 10.
Yeah, well, guess what? With a few of those names, Sav, the definition of game wrecker became quite clear now that you put Dak Prescott on you. I mean, now we know all about what kind of game wrecker you're talking about.
He reckoned it for the wrong team.
And that's the perfect place to sidestep. Thanks, fellas. Appreciate it.
Have a good one, man. I gotta get out of here.
Yes, sir. Body Features, man. We talk to the boys, man, tomorrow and on in the week. Black and White Sports. We continue. We have definitely made it hot Monday. We will try to do that as we continue. Hour number 2 rolls on. Mama Mary's Mozzarella Minutes. Don't forget, 17.76% off your order when you do it online. MamaMary'sPizza.com.
Black and White Sports with Andre of the Savages on 100.7 The Ticket.
Mama Mary's Pizza is celebrating America's 250th anniversary. Founded in 1776, the United States is 250 years old. And Mama Mary's is celebrating with a 17.76% discount when you order online. That's right, get 17.76% off when you order online. Sometimes you're just too tired to make that dinner, so Mama Mary's makes it easy on you and your wallet. Something for mom, dad, and the youngsters. Pizza, pasta, salads, subs, and more. Mama Mary's Pizza in Holland on Airport and Holloway.
that helps your body and mind work better. Trusted by firefighters, medical professionals, and over 90% of top college and pro sports teams. Drip Drop is engineered to hydrate faster and more effectively than water alone, with 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks. Stock up now at dripdrop.com and use promo code radio20 for 20% off your first order. That's dripdrop.com, promo code radio20 for 20% off your first order. Head to dripdrop.com now and use promo code radio20.
Flag football isn't about who you are. It's who you become. Finding your team and your competition. To be the disruptor. Make the catch. Own the moment. To be the hustle. Pull flags like you mean it. Ha! Cut. Spin. Take off. Go. Be the future. Shape the game. Create the play. Make it yours. In a sport growing faster than you can believe, be the story. NFL Flag. Find a league today at NFLflag.com.
Black and White Sports.
You know what your problem is. You don't realize how big y'all are. You got to remind people who you are. Message.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
Let us remind you who we are as we support our people all the time here at Black and White Sports. Business owners, be advised. Event holders, influencers, so on and so forth, and most certainly content creators. You want to plug in at Savvy Television Network. That's your home, but we'll talk about that. Right now, what I want to talk about is my man Frank, who already believed in it before any of everything else was going on over at Mama Mary's Pizza. So take a look at him right there in the t-shirt. If you're riding in the radio, you can't see it right now, but just know Frank had the crispy logo tee. A lot of people have those. You should get yours. Don't worry, you'll have another chance soon. The summer isn't over. It's a long summer, kind of. Okay, but thank you very much to our family there over on Airport Highway. So you already know when we say South Side, we mean that, but we are talking about Holland, Ohio. Yes, Airport Highway, right across from that Kroger's. You know the location, but what you can do is take advantage of this 17.76% off your online order when you do it at mamamarie'spizza.com, because we all just celebrated that 250 on the anniversary side where the birthday is concerned nationwide. And so in the spirit and commemoration of that, Mama Mary's Pizza continues to celebrate. All right, mamamarie'spizza.com. Online orders, 17.76% off. But feel free to consider the vast menu, which we haven't mentioned in a while, Josh. Remember, all the various specialty pizzas, because the pizzas, the pastas, the salads, all of these things, of course, your customary peripheral items, but it still is about the heart of that authentic New York style thin crust pizza. MamaMarysPizza.com. 419-867-9991, though. It's okay. Phone lines still work. As we touch upon the bottom of the hour here on this Monday, Black and White Sports, fastest $1.20 in sports, and it's almost wrapping, a little close to it, right? We on the back nine, as they say, of the show. And I always like this because it's time to get our boots on the ground, okay? Across the state with it, over to Northeast Ohio. And he's moving through live in the traffic mode. His damn self, if I do say so my damn self, thank you. And he is none other than the one and only Mr. Andy Sanzada, our boots on the ground, as I said, in the 216, and a Rocket alum. We've been having a lot of Rocket alum talk around here today. Sam, man, hey, I appreciate you, brother, coming through, man. And I know it's short, so we're going to work quick and we rapid fire today. But I hope your weekend was incredible.
Yeah, no, nice relaxing weekend. And, a lot of good sports on. That England-Norway match was spectacular. And Wembleton as well yesterday with Sinner and Zverev. So let's get to it.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going, brother. So, take off. And again, don't be a sinner by not telling them we have a two-time winner and defending the All England club like this. Once again, thought it might have been a little bit more difficult. I did when I spoke to you, but no, at the end of the day, it still ended up being relatively dominant. So again, Zverev, we not mad at you. We appreciate it and showing up for this, but it was probably decided when you start talking about, again, supernatural and the separation of levels sometimes, and it becomes evident.
Well, it's like I said on Friday's show, when he's playing like that, he's the best in the world. And, to Zverev's credit, he played really well in the first set. That's why he was able to win it in a tiebreak. But once Sinner won that second set tiebreak, I knew Zverev was going to fade because that's all Sinner needed was just one set to get his game in a high gear. And that's what he did because, neither player broke the other player in the first two sets. And then all of a sudden in the third and fourth set, Sinner breaks Zverev 4 times total. So, it's just that's Jannik's one of his best surfaces. Back-to-back champions now that, without Alcaraz to, compete against. I just knew he was going to capitalize on that. And the way that he just completely rolled over Djokovic Friday, I didn't see him losing yesterday.
Talking to Andy Sands out of here. And, of course, again, Wimbledon final yesterday, and so you've sewn that up. And Andy, just real quick before we move off it, what might you expect, moving forward? And it's hard to say, it's always difficult to talk about these guys once they reach a certain level and continue to consistently display a certain dominance. But we know here recently there were a few issues there for Brother Sinner here and there. But obviously, like you were talking about, cleaning up things, again, pivoting, turning the corner. And I wonder, do you expect to see, this run continue through, again, the rest of the season and on here, because, again, how do we measure these guys? You know what I mean? It's very, very difficult sometimes, man, with what you often get.
Yeah, well, I think for Sinner, if he continues to work on his conditioning and practice in the heat, then he's got a hell of a chance to win the U.S. Open as well. Because that's really the only thing that slowed him down in France was the heat that took him out.
Yeah.
He just put so much pace behind the ball. The way he served throughout Wimbledon was the best I've ever seen him serve. And if he carries that through to the U.S. Open in a couple months, he's got to be the favorite. The question is whether or not Alcaraz is going to be back for that, because I believe he's the defending champion there. So, that'll be interesting to see. But, you got guys like Zverev, you got other guys like Shelton and some of the other big hitters and Tiafoe that are going to make some noise there as well. But, until somebody knocks him off the number one ranking, he's got to be considered the favorite going into every tournament, not just the majors.
All right, Andy Sanzada. So as we get in here, man, we're at the break now. Okay, so MLB slide over here. And tonight we got the preliminary part of the break festivities. Of course, game time tomorrow. All right, AL, NL. But tonight, Home Run Derby, the 40th annual here. So we are looking at a nice field tonight. I think the entertainment possibility quotient is high tonight. I'm looking at a few things I'm gonna throw at you. I mean, Kyle Schwarber certainly at the front of the conversation. We got these Philly guys. You got Bryce Harper is in it too, so you got that double thing working situation there. But this kid from Chicago is some talk, some chatter here. Then you got Caminero. They like him late in the situation. So talk to me, Andy. Oh, and let me not, excuse me, Jordan Walker, my bad too, because these are all odds favorite guys I'm throwing at you, everyone. So Andy Sanzada, as we get set for the Home Run Derby, who are you liking there? Will you be again consuming that this evening? Most people will.
Yeah, I guess you can call me a stickler for this one, Sav, but the fact that it's on Netflix, I'm not going to be interested whatsoever. This has been on ESPN for how many years? At
least 30.
And now it's on Netflix. Right. I'm tired of the streaming stuff. I really am. Do I have Netflix? Yeah. Can I watch it? Yeah. Will I? No. I don't care to give Netflix that kind of attention.
Hold on, Sam, man. Hold on. Let me say this. Let me say this, brother. Hold on. As in the stream, here's the thing, and I get concerned, and not to cut you off, only because I get concerned, Andy. I don't want you to have you. It sounds you my guy, man. That sounds close-minded, and this is the way of the time. It's the stream. We're here. You're just not going to watch it. You're a baseball man, though, and And I never challenge you on your stubborn stances. If you have them, I roll with. But Andy, this is, don't think this is a little extreme today.
To be honest, I really haven't tuned into the home run derby since they changed the format. I don't like the timed format.
Okay.
I think it's too long. It's just, I don't need 3-4 hours of people hitting home runs. It's just not, that's not for me. So, but,
Right on.
Murakami's coming off an injury, so I would not put any money on him tonight. But I like one of the Phillies players to win it at home. I just think that's what it's going to come down to.
I'm not mad at you. Hey, Andy Sanzada, when he gives us a play, sometimes we start hating on him, but Kyle Schwarber is the top of your list right here, much like they do when Scheffler is on tournaments he should win. We understand. Let's disregard what just went off. That's not important. But nonetheless, when they put him there in that position, typically these boys pay out. So keep that in mind. Andy just told you that. All right. We're going to come back here. Hold on, because Andy's going to roll out at the quarter, Josh. So we'll have it here. Let me do one last thing, too, before Andy shoots out of here. Thoughts real quick. Don't know if you heard it, because I assume Ski had heard it a moment ago, and he had not. So I would not assume you have. But have you gotten any energy on the executives, scouts, coaches, list of top quarterbacks, probably top players, but this was about top quarterbacks, and Josh Allen being the most imposing game record and dual threat that we have in the game, bar none, and he's in the number one slot. Any reaction to that at all?
I mean, he's in the number one slot because he's the most recent one to be successful, other than in the playoffs, because he still chokes in the playoffs. But, I just think these lists and all the, top tens and all that stuff, listen, Patrick Mahomes has 3 Super Bowls, okay? Nobody else on that list has 3 Super Bowls. So until somebody can top that and he continues to be a dual threat, to me, he's got to be the number one on that list. I get where they're coming from with the Josh Allen angle. Can he wreck a game? Sure he can, until it's the playoffs, and then he doesn't know what to do. So, to me, it's Mahomes, Sav. I don't agree with any of it. I just think that Allen is the sexy name right now, so to speak.
Right.
So that's where they're going with it. But, it's still Mahomes. I think I'd even put Lamar Jackson over Allen at that point, because he's faster, he's more athletic. He's won 2 MVPs. I think people need to start giving Sam Darnold some credit too. I mean, they don't really consider him a dual threat quarterback.
Yeah.
But he scrambles well enough, and he just won a Super Bowl. So I think his name has to be in the conversation somewhere, even if it's the top 15.
Wow. I promise people, our guys do not rehearse. And Andy just sit there and corroborated the comments of the previous teammates. That was amazing, like you always are. Sandman, thank you very much today. I know we had to run it brief. That was good work on the 2-minute offense, sir. Thank you, man. We will talk tomorrow on a few things. I'll get a World Cup mention from you and some more items along those lines. Thank you, my friend.
You got it, guys. Talk to you tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. Andy Sanzada, everybody. Black and white. One final time, one final break. We will come back, finish it strong. Boy, it really was hot on this Monday. Sit tight.
Stay close. Andre of the Savages is just warming up. 100.7 The Ticket.
Mama Mary's Pizza is celebrating America's 250th anniversary. Founded in 1776, the United States is 250 years old. And Mama Mary's is celebrating with a 17.76% discount when you order online. That's right, get 17.76% off when you order online. Sometimes you're just too tired to make that dinner, so Mama Mary's makes it easy on you and your wallet. Something for mom, dad, and the youngsters. Pizza, pasta, salads, subs, and more. Mama Mary's Pizza in Holland on Airport in Holloway.
that. Wednesday may have come and gone, and yet here you are feeling far from independent of that extra weight that you are carrying around. Maybe you even passed on a party that you were invited to because you're not comfortable in summer clothes or even in your own skin. It's time to quit letting your weight hold you back and time to discover Toledo Weight Loss Secret. Toledo Weight Loss Secret is a transformative weight loss program that's designed to help you drop weight quickly, safely, and permanently. It helped me lose 20 pounds in just 2 months, but others, they're seeing even bigger results and losing 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. Toledo Weight Loss Secret is different than any other program I've tried, and I feel like I've tried them all. But with this one, there's no weird prepackaged foods or living off shakes and sweating for hours in the gym, and definitely no injections with the risk of serious side effects involved. Toledo Weight Loss Secret works on resetting your metabolism to get your body to naturally burn fat. I'm telling you, the program works. It could be the best thing you ever do for yourself. Take advantage of a free consultation at ToledoWeightLossSecret.com. Do it now. ToledoWeightLossSecret.com.
This is Black and White Sports on 100.7 The Ticket.
All right, we're back in here. It's a Monday, 100.7 FM. That's ESPN here in Toledo, Ohio. And we shout out our people state to state because we know you can hear us, 1007 The Ticket. That's on the website. Click and listen live. But really, if I'm being honest, it's about that doggone live stream that's happening inside the Savvy Television app and the live 24-hour streaming that goes on anyway. So full programming there all the time. So feel free to check in when we're not on the air, but when we are at 4 p.m. Eastern daily, that's a great place to get it without intercession. Don't you worry. But we appreciate everything working today. We're live on Savvy Television on Facebook and, of course, on YouTube. So we appreciate that. We're going to go ahead and count our blessings while it's still working and everything is good to go. So we are back in here. Thank you to John Nowajeski, Mighty Features, hanging longer, earlier. And, of course, Andy Sanzado rolling through here on the quick 2-minute offense game. So we got that done. We appreciate that. And, of course, Coach James Johnson, head coach, Scott Bulldogs. And really, we wanted to go another hour, and we could have, believe me. So we appreciate him. We appreciate that. And congratulations to that. Bulldogs in good hands. Also, 2 quick sidebar. We didn't get to talk about him today, but our man Manny Johnson, you guys know him when we said Manny Fresh, but that's Coach Johnson's son. You guys are aware. I think most of you are well aware of that. And of course, he very incredibly talented young man. So we wish him well and good health and things, becoming a Rocket. So we always like that. He's a Bancroft Bandit now. So we like the family affair, man. So shout out to the Scott Bulldogs, to the St. Francis Knights, to the Synergy community-wide, to the TPS, and again, private school connection there. And we like the embodiment of again, really, pouring into your young people. So that was really an incredible thing today, just sitting on with, with those gentlemen and, knowing them all as long as I have and really being able to sit here and almost say, doggone it, moms, dads, grandparents, we did all right as men, as we sat here and today, like Coach Johnson was saying, and being able to reminisce with those guys. And that was incredible. And we're going to do more of that, actually. So some of the people we talked about today, we got them boys coming through too. So Bulldog Nation, oh, don't you worry. We got you covered around here. But a few mentions today. Shout out Coach Ben Williams, being E. Williams. And we appreciate just, hearing and being able to have a narrative shared about, the legend and not many names you're going to be able to put and sit alongside that. And certainly none go above that when we start talking about the folklore of this community and, all of the great coaching, personalities and contributors, again, over the last, half century. Josh Burnham. Mm-hmm. But that was certainly a joy today. So today's show, man, like we said, it was hot. What else is cool and what's hot? When you get guys, putting their damn money where their mouth is with respect to the upkeep and the future construction of promise and potential. Victor Wembanyama, we salute you. Taking the minimal route in the maximum set of contract extensions. Yeah, Brother Vic signs a 5-year, $252 million max extension, but you should know he took about 25% less than he could have. So the team could have money to operate. So, we don't get to say those stories often, but once again, in the spirit of guys who don't and who typically end up not winning, you like to hear this, Josh, in a Tom Brady, Tim Duncan-ness about this.
Yes, like I said, the Spurs are thinking future, and like I said before, regardless of what happened in the finals, the road to the Western, through the Western Conference and the NBA Finals goes through San Antonio and Oklahoma City, and this is going to be a rivalry that's going to be rather intense, and Wemby's going to be a very, very big integral part of it.
Absolutely, man. So we shouting that out, Victor Wembanyama, way to handle business, man, and make it clear. Let the Spurs fan base know he's in here for the long haul, just like us. All right, but we're about to wrap it up. One final time, have to take this final break, get this doggone work in, and get these bills paid. Black and White Sports, making it hot on a Monday. Sit tight. Final time.
When sports need a voice that doesn't play games, it's Andre of the Savages on Black and White Sports, 100.7 The Ticket.
Oh my God, Becky. Look at her weeds. They are so big. Hi, this is Tara with Dream Green. Overgrown landscape, bushes, or weeds? We can help. Dream Green offers monthly garden maintenance, bush trimming, and designs that are neat and tidy. Give us a call for your free estimate, 419-944-3948, or check us out at dreamgreentoledo.com. Dream Green, making your space your favorite place.
At Patriot Hills Golf Course, every swing honors a hero. Patriot Hills is more than just a championship-level course. It's a tribute to the fallen service members who gave everything in the War on Terror. When you walk these fairways, you're not just chasing par, you're walking in their memory, inspiring elevations and small, challenging greens. Whether you're here to test your game or pay quiet tribute, this is where the memory lives on. Championship Challenge, Heroic Purpose, Patriot Hills Golf Course, Route 20A towards Montpelier.
Zoom in on the savings at Finn Feather Fur during our Happy 250.
and an all meat.
Any leftovers?
Not even a wing bone. But you also got to try that grip sauce.
And hey, they're still serving that taco pizza too.
All right, wings and a Supremo. I'm in.
Turn up the flavor at Vito's Pizza with their new wing lineup. From mild to wild, there's a perfect heat for everyone. Pair them with fan favorites like the Taco Pizza, Supremo, All Meat, Paco's Pizza, or Uncle Vito's Sweet Barbecue. Find your perfect heat. Find your flavor. Fast, hot, fresh. Order now at Vitos.com.
One moment, one crash, one injury. It can take away everything. KNR helps Ohio families through their hardest moments, standing strong when it matters most. When you're hurt in a car, you call KNR.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was going to be a smooth rollout. And as I was just saying to you guys, man, I'm thinking about that and being able to sit up here and reminisce with those people earlier, man. Shout out to those men. And again, can't say it enough. Coach Johnson coming through, Scott Bulldogs, everything with that and just doing that. But like, I have a first, let me say real quick on the comments, because I'm about to, before I get, because it actually, it feels a little bit overwhelming in a way. And I have to acknowledge and certainly identify the grace of the good Lord, man, and the power of what's going on and moving right now, certainly in the life of myself, as well as those that I have been acutely attached to for a great number of years. And like I said, with those gentlemen earlier, I have another situation. But let me just shout out real quick our guys, man, the general counsel, everybody in here today. So I saw you guys on the comments, and I know it's been wild moving around. So quick shouts out to the fact that in the transition, that is really an upgrade, everyone. And we say that because, again, you're talking about a lifetime of work. So as we say, the Savvy Television Network, we're in motion. And there's going to be another event surrounding this, much later. But those of you who listen to this and you guys are on top of something and sort of ahead of schedule and getting this, but we've been, slowly really kind of forced into a certain migration. We hope things can get on par with the people at Facebook and Meta, and we can get the Black and White Sports page back in play. That's a different conversation, but just know there are issues there. But with that said, you guys have been coming through already to the app. So we already see that. And the numbers increasing. So you're watching it already there. And of course, you're in the YouTube and all of that. So thank you very much in that respect. But all my guys, man, we see you, LT. Morel, I see you too with the comments about Scott, man, and everything. So I appreciate you there. I can't read them right here because you were strong on the comment, man, but certainly, it's well received. John Ski was here again. Hightower, Finney, of course. And I know it's K. Jones checking in, man. So thank you all you guys, man. Rick, everybody, as always. But as I was mentioning too, before I get out of here, I just want to really quick give her congratulations. Hopefully she sees this, maybe hears this later. We shared this earlier on our personal Facebook, but I'm going to share it now because I see her standing here, before the constituency at the Rotary Club of Toledo. So I just want to congratulate a lifelong friend of mine. I don't even want to say this like that. I'm gonna say my sister, my younger sister from a cosmic mother, and certainly someone who embodies my experience in certain ways. But Mrs. Candace Harrison, we are saluting you today from Black and White Sports as you take over as the president and the first African American president of the Rotary Club of Toledo, and only the 6th female to inhabit said position. And it was a changing of the guard today at the Toledo Rotary. And we are certainly honored to welcome in our way and salute in our way Mrs. Candace Harrison, and certainly friend to the show. So we're loving that as we get ready to roll out of here today. Again, everybody, home run derby tonight. I told you real quick, so I'm going to give you some of the looks on the way out the door. Kyle Schwarber, this is what we said. That's what it is. It's really your play. I don't know. Stuff like this, I don't know. You might get a very good look. Let's say if Caminero can get in the final with him. That is an incredible plus 1,000 look there. A couple other combinations were cool. I said we're not going to get in here and waste time and confuse everybody with that. But Jordan Walker is a solid look. Bryce Harper is still a solid look. And Murakami is still a solid look. I don't give a damn what Andy talking about. I don't care what they say. Man, that's your sneaker right there. Is the young kid, I think it might be from Japan. One of my Asian guys, too. So,
I think he's from the White Sox.
Yeah, White Sox, yeah. So that's just throw that in there. So when you're not looking around, that's when you get zapped. So there, hopefully, we gave you a tip and a heads up. The Josh Allen thing, not feeling that at all. And Josh Allen is cool. I don't really have a problem with him, but I'm just not really respecting it like that, except I am, though, with those touchdowns being scored. Like them boys said earlier, when we win something, we can start continuing with the Josh Allen crusade to make him the face of what he keeps not being.
Yeah. I mean, putting Patrick Mahomes at number 2, I mean, some are putting it at number 1. I think they're just basing him on lifetime achievements, not like what he's done lately.
Well, no, this is they're coming off what they're projecting, Josh. When they do these things, this is what we're seeing and what basically we're coming off last season. Patrick Mahomes, really, if we were to argue it, though, on a certain level, yeah, and he was right with the 3 Super Bowls, but he hasn't been playing 3 Super Bowl football in the last year to 2. So, but we'll go. That's Monday. Talk Back Tuesday might open a window for some more of this type of conversation. So thank you, one and all, today. Before we go out of here tonight, loving the Sparks with the 8.5 against the Dream. And that's on the road even. Like what they've been doing lately. Minnesota, I really can't bet against them, but something smells funky on the point spread. Phoenix might actually cover this 12 to 13.5. So I might just go ahead and take the money line with Olivia Miles and the ladies, and they'll be hustling, or maybe they just hustle. They're at home tonight, so they can go ahead and hustle at the end of the game. There you go. We're out of here, Josh. So thank you very much, sir. Hell of a job today, man. Good
Great show.
Josh Burnham in here, man, doing what he does. Thank you. John Ski, thank you. Andy Sanzata, thank you. Monty Features, every time, thank you. And again, Coach James Johnson, restoring the Scott Bulldog legacy. It's Black and White Sports. I am Andre of the Savages. Please be kind, be respectful, be nice. Never cheat on your wife, but by all means, handle your doggone business today.
Tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
His store and more, the Man